Hello, my name is Cristina Popescu, and I'm a full professor at the University of Bucharest, Bucharest, Romania, and at the Bucharest University of Economic Studies, Bucharest, Romania. I'm going to present the paper Challenges of Consumer Behavior in Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, while focusing on the tremendous power of marketing and marketing research. This paper is prepared for the second International Symposium on Marketing for the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences, Tekirdağ Namık Kemal University, Tekirdağ, Turkey. This paper is prepared based on the official invitation to be an invited speaker at this International Symposium on Marketing, and I would like to offer a special thank you to Professor PhD Seda Yildirim for sending me this invitation. Thank you very much, Professor. The structure of the paper is the following one. First of all, we have the abstract, in which I mentioned the following ideas. Nowadays, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are regarded by specialists on the one hand as possibly one of the greatest challenges of all times, and on the other hand as possibly one of the utmost necessities for individuals, communities, nations, and the environment. In the same time, I made here in the abstract a reference to the American Marketing Association, in which it is stated that marketing represents the powerful activity, the decisive set of institutions, and the vital processes that turn out to be responsible for generating, transmitting, delivering, and exchanging offerings that are meaningful for the customers, the clients, the associates, and the society as a whole. Furthermore, according to the American Marketing Association, marketing research constitutes most likely one of the most relevant existing functions due to its immense capacity to foster relationships based on information between the consumers, the public, and the marketer, to create, redesign, and evaluate actions, to assess and monitor performance, and to improve the manner it is perceived as a major process in the society. Moving on, the paper starts with a theoretical background which emphasizes the most recent definitions and characteristics for key concepts such as consumer behavior, economic benefits and values, intangible assets, intellectual capital, marketing, international marketing, marketing research, marketing communication and ethics, green marketing, and digital marketing. At the same time, we have here an in-depth analysis of the most recent challenges and changes that occurred in the behavior patterns of consumers, focusing in particular on the most novel trends generated by the COVID-19 pandemic and crisis. Also, the paper tackles the importance of the changes and challenges associated with the consumer's behavior, while showing a particular attention to the objectives of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the manner in which the aims of this agenda are expected to be achieved. All in all, the paper shows the importance of today's modern marketing and marketing research in better acknowledging and understanding the way in which the customer's behavior changes and evolves due to becoming keener on achieving these sustainable development goals in the post-COVID-19 era. In the introduction, I focused on the most recent studies on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and I mentioned here that on the achievement and on the assessment of these Sustainable Development Goals, specialists have placed a tremendous emphasis, and that is why Marketing represents one of the most important activities that may be encountered in business environment, which is expected to be a sustainable business environment, especially in order to offer the best perspectives to the consumers. Moreover, we have here several important questions that this paper focuses on. First of all, how did the marketing and marketing research activities act during the COVID-19 pandemic and crisis? Second of all, what are the changes and challenges of the consumer behavior in coping with the post-COVID-19 era while focusing on achieving the Sustainable Development Goals? Third of all, another crucial question, what are the patterns of consumers' behavior when referring to the influence of the COVID-19 crisis and COVID-19 pandemic while taking into consideration all spheres of life? These three questions led to the research objectives. The first research objective is represented by the theoretical background and the literature review, and the focus on certain concepts such as consumer behavior, consumer happiness, green marketing, marketing research, brand strategy, modern marketing, intangible assets, sustainability assessment, sustainable prosperity, sustainable supply chains, sustainable development goals, and the American Marketing Association. The second research objective is focused on presenting the several key attributes that accompany these concepts. First of all, the idea of fostering relationships based on information between the consumers, the public, and the marketers. Second of all, creating, redesigning, and evaluating the actions. Third of all, assessing and monitoring performance, and last but not least, improving the manner in which these major processes of the society are perceived by everyone. And the third objective is represented by several key concepts of great interest to the consumers. How did the consumers feel during the COVID-19 pandemic while facing critical situations such as the period of contagion, self-isolation, and economic uncertainty? How did the consumers feel when the economies reopened and the period of recovery came after the COVID-19 crisis? And what are the characteristics of the new consumers? Which is the way in which the new consumer behaves, and does the behavior of this new consumer span all areas of life? And we also have research objective number 4, which is represented by the practical approach, which takes the focus on the importance and the role of consumers' behavior, while showing a particular attention to the objectives of the 2030 Agenda for the Sustainable Development Goals. We have here the literature review, in which I focused on several definitions provided by specialists. For instance, according to the American Marketing Association, marketing is the powerful idea, the decisive set of institutions, and the vital processes that turn out to be responsible for generating, transmitting, delivering, and exchanging offerings that are meaningful for the consumers, clients, associates, and the society as a whole. Also, marketing centers on consumer behavior, offering unlimited opportunities and possibilities to comprehend the pattern, the types, and the segmentation due to be encountered on the marketplace. Moving on, we have here a table number 1, entitled Focusing on the New Consumer Behavior in the Post-COVID Era while Addressing the Challenges of Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. We have here several key concepts, for instance, consumer behavior and major characteristics and vital trends concerning the new consumer behavior. In this case, consumer behavior We have here the patterns specific to the moment of lockdown in which people had to face certain restrictions, and then we have other patterns specific to the time period in which people lived and continued to live with the moments of contagion, self-isolation, and uncertainty. We have here several details related to these aspects. For instance, the fact that individuals had to readapt their preferences on the marketplace due to the fact that they lost their jobs and they earned less money than before. We have here another concept, for instance, consumer happiness. And this is a concept highly subjective based on the specialist's recent studies. Here, this new consumer has certain patterns of behavior due to the manner in which people live, in which they take into consideration the way they work, shop, entertain themselves, and so on. Another very interesting concept is green marketing. Green marketing focuses on the manner in which marketing and marketing research can become more environmentally friendly and also on sustainability as a whole. Moving on, we have another two concepts, marketing research and brand strategy. In terms of marketing research, the focus of the post-COVID-19 era will be the e-commerce and the changing of brand preferences, as well as the influence of the higher unemployment rates. Regarding brand strategy, we have here unusual patterns of behavior and the fact that during the lockdown, there was the decline of on-the-go consumption. Moreover, we have here certain research findings. First of all, in terms of research findings, we have an important table number 2, structuring these findings. We have here modern marketing and certain notes that I made here in this table in order to clarify the situation. So we have here for modern marketing, major characteristics and vital trends in marketing. We have here the fact that modern marketing represents a major driver of the entity's growth agenda, and also the fact that modern marketing together with cyber marketing, digital marketing, are seen as growth drivers for business worldwide due to the capacity to offer consumers the best experience ever imagined. We have here intangible assets, and among these intangible assets, intellectual capital, intellectual property, and human capital. These are believed to be major forms of investments for the businesses that are ought to be sustainable and focused on the consumers. Another very important concept is circular economy. We have here certain marketing approaches that can be associated with circular economy. Circular economy represents a solution to a well-designed and healthy marketing strategy, and also circular economy influences consumer behavior and is based on circular products and services due to promote circular consumption and patterns. We also have here sustainability assessment and sustainable prosperity and sustainable supply chains. Moving on, we have here now table number 3, the importance and role of consumers' behavior with a focus on key objectives of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. We can take here the consumer's focus on circular economy, and we see here the fact that there are numerous opportunities for the consumer goods sector. We see here the fact that modern circular and regenerative form of consumption could bring new opportunities for profitable businesses since circular possibilities exist all along the value chains. We have here circular opportunities all along the value chains. And here we have the fact that the fundamental developments in resource markets lead to technology and information system development. Regarding the new opportunities for circular supply chains that ought to be considered together with traditional supply chains, we have here certain developments. For instance, the new and modern information and technology capacities are implemented in order to support more advanced waste management. All in all, we have showed here that marketing and marketing research are extremely important. They focus on consumer behavior patterns in a world dominated by the need to protect individuals, communities, and the environment, and also on achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. But also, we have here the need to move from the linear consumption model to the circular consumption model due to the erosion of natural capital, increasing price volatility, cost burdens, rising commodity prices, loss of energy, geopolitical risk, and the end of agriculture as known until present days. Regarding the references, we have here a very important list of references, all up to date. And also we have a special focus on publications belonging to the American Chamber of Commerce. We have here the American Marketing Association publications. We have here Body of European Regulatory of Electronic Consumptions. We have publications belonging to the European Commission, European Parliament, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Thank you and bye-bye.